Ooh, hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to 2 Cents with Benz. I'm Dana Benz, the host, and today we have a very special guest. But before I bring Tim on, I wanted to just talk a little bit about why I started the show in the first place. Hi, Woody. Thanks for tuning in. And I saw Beauty Bubble in the comments right before this, and Mike, thanks for joining us. But yeah, so I started this show a few weeks ago, and it was actually my way of, hey Mark, hello to my new best friend. Aw, thank you, Mark. Yeah, that was a great show. I was on his show on IBM.TV. I do a lot of live stream shows. I think last week I was on 5 different live stream shows, and that's why I'm excited to talk to Tim today because he does a lot of live stream shows. So we're going to talk about his shows. But the reason I came up with this show was I thought it was a really great way to build my network. So network with people, meet people. I would get to talk to other people in my industry doing marketing, branding, you name it, anything in business. So that was my idea for the show. And the conversations that I wanted to have, I thought would be great content for people to learn new things. So I'm wanting to get better, learn things about branding, learn things about marketing, in addition to networking. And so I thought other people would want to hear these conversations too and hear from these same experts that I wanted to hear from. So thanks for letting us know you're here in the comments. But without further ado, I'd like to bring on my guest. So Tim Sohn he runs his social media, I think it's social media marketing agency. So we're gonna get to talk about social media. We're gonna get to talk about live streaming and just marketing in general, digital marketing in general. So without further ado, Tim, welcome to the show today.
Hi, Dana.
Uh-oh. Hello.
What happened? What happened to my head?
I do not know. Uh-oh.
Oh, wait, it's back on now.
What a way to welcome you to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I love StreamYard, and I'm so happy to be here tonight.
Oh, good. Well, thank you. Yeah, thanks again for being willing to be a guest. But first off, for the people who don't know you, now I know a lot of people know you in the live streaming space, in the live streaming industry. You're well known. You've had one of your shows for a really long time. But for those of you who don't, for those of us who don't know who you are, can you give a little bit of a background on who Tim Sohn is?
Wow, going way, way back. No, so hey everybody, I'm Tim Sohn. I live in the woods here, I like to say, with the bears and the turkeys in Northeast Pennsylvania. And I should add with the deer because I hit a deer this morning. Uh-oh. But we won't go there.
Uh-oh. Yikes. Anyway. What a day.
I previously worked in journalism for more than 12 years, and I found myself here in the woods in Pennsylvania, in Northeast Pennsylvania. And I was freelance writing for a while, and I was using freelance writing to help my business in terms of reaching out to news sources contacting me, especially through LinkedIn. I was writing about how brands like Dunkin' Donuts and Weight Watchers and publishers like the New York Times were using social media for a website called Media Bistro and PBS Media Shift and some other ones. This was a number of years ago. And then I just took a shot and said, what if I see if people around here in the middle of nowhere need help with their social media? So 7 years ago, I started my business, Sohn Social Media Solutions, here in the woods. And it's been a really exciting adventure. I've always been a proponent of live streaming since, I don't even know when it was now, but a few years ago, I started the Tim and Jim show with my co-host and partner in crime, Jim Fuse of Fusion Marketing.
Yeah.
We just celebrated our 100th episode not that
Oh
long
my
ago.
gosh. Congratulations. That's incredible. That's a lot of live streaming. Let me tell you.
It is a lot of live streaming.
Yeah.
And we had Andrew and Pete on that show, so it was very exciting.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so we've been doing that show for, like I said, more than 100 episodes. And I previously was working mainly with restaurants, brick and mortar stores, in-person events when COVID hit.
Yeah.
But I've been live streaming for about almost 2 years, right?
Right.
So I said, let me give a shot at, what I did at first was I offered a live streaming coaching program called Survive with Live Video. Okay. And I knew you guys at StreamYard had Sri Srinivasan and Neil Parekh a few weeks ago on, right?
Yep. They were great guests.
I bought a sponsorship on their show, and I ended up getting 25 people from around the world in this live streaming coaching program. It was a 2-month program. Yeah.
Very neat. Cool. So you've been in live streaming. You've been in the live streaming space for a long time, but it's kind of been recently that you've been producing live streams.
Yeah, since COVID, I've been producing events like, one of the shows that I produce is a Shout Out Saturday and also What's Good Wednesday with Brian Schulman of Voice Your Vibe.
I like that. Those are catchy names.
Right?
Yeah.
Totally. Love Brian. He's incredible. He's a LinkedIn influencer. He has like the biggest heart ever. So together we helped produce an event in Leucadia, California for an event called Leucadia 101, which was a at least 4 hour live stream. They brought on bands, both recorded and live. They had we had sponsors come on live, like beer sponsors.
Oh, that's awesome.
They ended up raising $16,000 for small businesses in Leucadia.
Wow, so that's really impressive. There must have been a lot of viewers on that live stream.
It was a lot of viewers, and we did multi-stream. We love the multi-streaming feature in StreamYard for sure.
Nice. That's awesome.
And it truly took a village to put something like that together. You should have seen the run of show. I wish I had it. I actually printed out like one page, took out 2 pages, and I actually taped them together and had them like on a music stand next to me while I was producing it.
Oh my gosh. That's just like my run of show is like 3 things. Like I can't even imagine like a run of show a whole page long, much less 3 pages. That's pretty crazy. So you mentioned just briefly that you're a fan of live streaming. Like you like live streaming. You've been live streaming for a while now. Why do you like it? Like what drew you to live streaming?
Originally, it was because I was telling my clients that they should do it because the Facebook algorithm said you should do it. It's going to reach more people. It's going to engage more people. But then I wasn't doing it. I was telling my clients that they should do it, but I wasn't doing it. So I thought, I better do something about that. Like, I better be a role model for my clients. So that's really how I ended up starting. And
And what's kept you going? Like you had a successful show that's now done 100 episodes. Like what makes you continue? Like you can already say to your clients, I have a great I know how to live stream. Like I'm an expert now. I've done 100 shows. I've done 100 shows well. So why do you continue to do it? And we'll talk about the next show you just started in a bit. But why now you're still live streaming, now you're live streaming more?
Yeah, for sure. I think the thing I love the most about it is all the different kinds of people I get to meet and the relationships I get to build. And that's probably the best thing. But those relationships oftentimes lead to partnerships, lead to some sort of collaboration with other people. We'll talk about it in a little while, but I just launched this show with Christine Gritman, who
Yeah.
I originally met through Sri, actually, at an in-person
Oh, no
event.
kidding. No
Yeah,
kidding.
so an event every weekend in New York. Not every weekend. That would be crazy. Every year in New York, he holds an event called Social Media Weekend. So I
Nice.
met
Oh,
her
that's
through
awesome.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Well, we can jump into that show now. So, can you talk a little bit about how that show came about?
Sure, it was kind of a spontaneous thing. I've known Christine for a few years. We originally met through Sri, like I said, and then we met in
Yeah.
person again at Social Media Marketing World. We've kept in touch, but we have a few things in common. We both have kids who are the same age. We
Okay.
both love coffee.
Yep. Who
And I would
doesn't?
say those are the biggest two things. We both love social media. We both help small businesses with their social media.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So you have a lot in common. So, can you describe a little bit about what the show is? So, it's called Coffee and Donuts, right?
Yeah, it's called Coffee and Donuts. We stream it on my personal Facebook profile and Christine Gritman's personal Facebook profile. And basically, what it is we show up with coffee and donuts. We talk about what is fueling our week. We talk about what we have coming up in the week, what we're looking forward to,
Yeah.
and we have a conversation with friends who show up in the comments, and it's really just meant to be a fun chat to kick off the week and get it started.
Yeah. I love that. And I love that it's so like it's positive. Like you want to bring this like positivity. You want to get people fueled up for their week. And you have this phrase that you say that it's important now more than ever. Like
Now
it's
more than ever.
yeah, now more than ever. And I love that because I think of that phrase for your show. Like it's now more than ever so important to be positive at the start of the week or to be positive in the morning for the rest of your day.
Yeah, totally. It's so true. Now
Yeah.
more than ever, with everything that's going in the world. Oh, hey, Stefan. I love Stefan. I met him
Hey,
through Tree also, actually.
no kidding. Yeah, I met Stefan through Shri and Neil. That's so
Yeah, he has an
fun.
amazing show called the Spin It Social Hour every Saturday at 10 a.m.
Shout
on
out.
his personal Facebook profile. Yes, shout out to Stefan. Check
I
his show
love
out.
that. I love that. Thanks for tuning in. So I want to get into your producing. So I I'm very interested in this because it's so much different. I think of it as so much different than actually like you being the host because you're running the entire show from the back end and it's
Yes.
not you on screen. So it's so much different. There's so many like other things you have to worry about, especially when it's a huge event and not just like a live stream show with two people on the screen. So can you talk about what I want to know is like a common mistake you've seen as a producer with like new live streamers or maybe beginner people who just start out live streaming.
Yeah. I think those people, a lot of them get caught up in the tech part of it when they start out, the perfect lighting, the perfect audio. Maybe they don't
Yeah.
have the set of Hamilton behind them, you know. Um, but they just, like when you start out, like really just focus on being you, focus on the conversation with your audience.
Yeah.
It really meant live streams or live shows, whatever you want to call them, are really meant to be conversations for the most part.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
if you think in your brain about like who are your most favorite people, like maybe it's your wife, or maybe it's Brian Schulman, or maybe it's Stephen Kaplan, or whoever it may be,
Yeah.
try to think of that person and like think of a fun conversation you had with them. Like try not to get so caught up in like the production aspect, especially when you're starting. You'll get there eventually if you want to, like me,
Yeah.
but it's not important at the beginning.
Yeah. I love that. That's great advice for people just starting out. And I think I watched a YouTube video the other day. I think it was Roberto Blake who made a YouTube video of like how to start out, how to be a new YouTuber. I think that was what the video was. But what I really liked about it was he was like, you can get the fancy mics, you can get the fancy camera, like the $3,000 camera, but people actually don't care about that as much. Like they're gonna watch you for your content, they're gonna watch you for your personality. So those are the things that you should be focusing on. And like you can get to the fancy camera, like you can get to the really nice mic and the nice audio, but you can get started on your iPhone too. Like
Totally.
like what's more important is the content, like you said, and is showing up on screen to have a conversation and just basically just doing it, like just getting yourself to do it. So would you say as the producer, would you say you do more events or you do more like shows?
I do more shows consistently, but client-wise, I've been working mainly with virtual events, which are usually one time or like a series.
Like once a year or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I know I don't have the quote in front of me, but you said something about how it's so important. There's so many mediocre live stream shows out there, and like you can't be mediocre. Like people don't want to watch that. Do you remember the quote off the top of your head? I think it's on your website.
Oh goodness, no, I don't remember.
Me either.
But it is so important to stand out, to be memorable in your live streams.
Yes.
And if you don't mind, can I share my screen and show a really short clip?
Oh, absolutely. I'd love that. I think it was
Okay,
how to be.
This is a clip from Shout Out Saturday.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready for me to go.
Okay, I'm ready. I'll make it full screen.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, Tanner.
Hi! How's it going, guys?
We're doing good. How are you doing?
Doing good. It's good to see everybody.
It's good to see you and your little.
See?
Happy Shout Out Saturday, guys. Good to have you back.
Yeah, good to be here. It's been a crazy week.
Yeah, well, tell us, what's that, Tim?
I said, welcome to Corona World.
Yep. But so we're busy this week.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a shout out. Things are crazy, but I really wanted to make
Jenna,
sure that
how have you guys been adapting with?
Right there. There we are.
Ryan. You're breaking up, Ryan.
We lost him.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm here. I thought it was Jenna breaking up.
What were you saying, Ryan?
I was saying, Jenna, tell us, I'm curious to how actually everybody's adapting in school.
Well, we don't love what we're doing for school. We're staying home, doing a virtual option. So we're actually going to switch a little bit closer back into the school on a live option with the school. So we're not going to be in person, but we'll be watching the classroom live from our home. So we're kind of transitioning from what we had originally selected into something else that will hopefully work better for our family. I think one of the things to take away from our new Corona world is that we have to adapt to change. And if something's not working, you gotta switch it up. And you can't live in misery. You gotta switch it up, and you gotta try something else.
That's right, 100%. And you're doing it. You're doing it. And I think there's so many parents out there that feel the same. You know, we're all trying to figure out how we're gonna do this thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah. So one of the things we're doing this weekend is processing some food. And I really wanted to make sure that we shouted out to all of the local farmers, like any local farmers in your areas. They really answered a call during the pandemic when the state closed and the large scale food system kind of crippled a little bit. And our local farmers answered a call, and I've been buying with them and shopping with them for a few years now. And this year we really beefed up what we're doing on preserving. So I don't know if anybody else out there is trying some more preserving this year, but I'm busy working with some tomatoes. I've got some beautiful blush tomatoes and green tomatoes, and I've already chopped up a whole bowl here. I'll try to show you. I'm making some sauce today. And I'm getting a shoulder rub too.
Wow. That's amazing. You know, it's interesting. I've seen a lot of folks that are actually doing like home gardens. But yes, preserving, absolutely. I think there's a lot of that is happening for folks that, you know, where they may not normally be doing that, they're starting. So I think it's awesome that you're doing that. And I love that you were supporting the farmers out there.
Yeah, this will keep me from having to go to the grocery stores frequently in the wintertime when, you know, the flu season, you know, on a regular basis kicks up. You know, we'll hopefully be able to keep ourselves a little bit healthier with some, you know, truly ripened on the vine products that we've got in our freezer, and I won't have to go out quite as often, hopefully.
Yes, absolutely. Well, love it. Love it. And love that you showed us. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Yeah,
little eye candy.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Now I'm hungry. That's awesome. Well, I love the shout outs too. Those are fabulous. All right, we need to get some social distancing on. So you're gonna have to put the knife down. Tim, you know how we do this. Let's get it going here.
You know we finally here, right? Well, it's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday again, it's Saturday,
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a good example of positivity in the morning. Just like,
Yes.
I don't know what's going on.
I still have it playing.
It's still playing. That's okay. I like it in the background.
Welcome to Corona World.
So that was Brian, right? Does he have a guest on every single week?
Yeah, so how it works is we invite anybody who wants to come on live. We put the StreamYard link in the comments.
Oh,
and
wow. So it's public.
It's public. Whoever wants to come on can shout out, you know, maybe somebody they talked to during the week, someone they're grateful for.
That's nice.
It's all about positivity and shining the spotlight on other people, which is one way to make an impact. We also use snap camera filters. If you could probably tell, we turned into some different kinds of people, and that is how I can do this.
That is so crazy.
Or
great shout out Saturday. A dear friend of mine has been
Mark.
canning left and right. I think she should start a canning business. I love that, Mark. That's a great idea. Oh my gosh. So are you on, Tim, are you on Brian's show every week?
Yeah, I produce his shows on Saturday, Shout Out Saturday, and then every Wednesday. He has a show called What's Good Wednesday, which is live, and people can come on live as well. And they can shout out what's good in the world and in their world.
Nice. So the question was like how to make a difference in the world with your live streams, and how to not have mediocre live streams, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you think Brian's doing a good job of that by bringing positivity to the world?
Oh, totally. We get so many social media posts or direct messages, you know, thanking us for spreading the positivity, especially in these times during the coronavirus. It just gives people an outlet to have fun, to do a little social distancing, as he calls it,
Disc dancing.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about the shows that you do. So you're hosting these shows, and we talked a little bit about your producing role. So you produce Brian's shows. You produce like weekly shows for people, and then you also produce like live stream events. Can we talk a little bit about how you've seen events monetize the event? Like what would be the best way you would recommend someone who wants to sell tickets? Like you don't have to sell tickets to your live streams.
No, definitely not. I think it's important when you do an event, whether you're a nonprofit, whether you're a business, no matter who you are, it's important that you tell your story. So when you're promoting your event, like create short videos, and tell the story, and even better yet, get people who have been impacted by your business or by your event in previous years and get them to share that story. Because as Brian will say, it's all about the heart. It's all about the heartbeat when it comes to social media and live streaming. You know, you can spam people till the day comes home saying, come buy our tickets, come to our event, come to our event, come to our event, right?
Right.
But it's about emotion. It's about tugging at people's heartstrings.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say there. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And my last question is, so why does someone need to hire a producer? Like I can go on StreamYard and I can host my own show. I can click all the buttons and I can show my own comments on screen. But why would someone like level up to get a producer, to hire someone like Sohn Social Media Solutions?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to create a show or create a virtual event where you or your team, your volunteers, you want to be on the screen, you want to be providing the content, you want to be having great conversations with people, interviews, whatever the format is, if you just want to show up and be able to focus on that and let somebody else handle, work in coordination with you to help plan your show. And I love working with businesses or organizations from the planning stages, because that's really an important part in making your virtual event or your show memorable. Those planning stages, and then having somebody behind the scenes. Like I can bring remote guests on, I can bring graphics on, I could bring pre-recorded videos on. Like there's so many aspects that you can add to a show or a virtual event that will make it more engaging.
Yeah.
It's almost more like a TV show, except my friend and fellow live streamer, Nancy Lewis Hill, I just told her recently, she said the word broadcasting, and I was like, I hate the word broadcasting when it comes to live streaming. I was like, I totally think of it like a conversation, not a broadcast.
Yeah.
When I think about broadcast, I think about like a cable channel, right? They're like talking at you, they're telling you stuff.
Like a news show.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's so true. And David says in the comments, so true, balancing show and producing is super difficult. I totally can relate to that. I have a producer on this show. Shout out to Kelsey, my producer. But on the StreamYard Spotlight, my other Thursday night show that you're going to be on, Tim, soon, balancing all the comments that you're getting and balancing the banners, the lower thirds, the images on the screen, it can be a lot of work, and then it's hard to be engaging still in the show, hosting the show, like creating the content basically.
Yeah, totally. And also, if you have a show like Brian's show, or if you're doing a virtual event, and if you have multiple people coming on live, part of the role of a producer could also be in the private chat. And that's one of the features I love about StreamYard, because there's other platforms out there several that do not have the private chat feature. Yeah. So if somebody comes on the show or comes on a virtual event, we can say, hang tight, or we can say, hey, can you bend your laptop down so there isn't so much space above your head? Or, that's like such an important feature I love about StreamYard.
Yeah. So for the people who don't know what StreamYard is, in StreamYard, you're talking about the private chat, like a DM on Zoom, almost like a direct message to all the people on the studio side. Yeah, very cool.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah, I do
communication is
like
so
that feature.
important
Yeah.
when it comes to live streaming. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone, by the way, for tuning in and all the comments we're getting. For some reason, this show gets so many comments from LinkedIn. Like that's the biggest platform that people are watching the show. But for a lot of my other streams, it's like YouTube or it's like Facebook. It's very neat to see the difference between the two shows. But we are to the end of the show. I know we're 2 minutes over time. But Tim, for the people who want to learn more about you, for the people who want to hire your services, Mark says, I do some shows I produce for other hosts. Yeah, it's hard to produce yourself. I know, Mark, you're telling us.
Mark was in my Survive with Live Video coaching program when COVID hit.
Oh, no kidding.
Amazing.
Oh, how fun. Very fun. It's live streaming. The live streaming world is such a small world, I feel like. And where can people subscribe to your shows?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Tim and Jim Show, just search on not on LinkedIn, search on YouTube for the Tim and Jim Show. We do stream all over the place, but that's the best place to find us is on YouTube. Coffee and Donuts are Monday mornings, and that's on my Facebook personal profile. So just search for Tim Sohn, Sohn, or Christine Gritman, Gritmon. And I think
Perfect. I think that's it. Okay, so we've got Tim and Jim on YouTube and just Tim on Facebook. I love it. Okay, we'll put that up there. Tim and Jim Show on YouTube. Perfect. Well, Tim, it was such a pleasure to have you on the show. I know we're doing several live stream shows together coming up, but I think this is a good like specific on your background. Like I get to know just where you're coming from. But I'm excited to have you again on the StreamYard Spotlight Show.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And yep, Sohn Social Media Solutions. Perfect. Well, thanks again, Tim. It was nice having you on the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
See ya. Oh, so fun. I love StreamYard because it makes it so easy to just do things on the fly, like screen share a video, screen share a clip from Tim's show. But thank you everyone for tuning in. We have still people tuning in now. We're live streaming to LinkedIn. We've got YouTube and we've got Periscope. So thank you all for tuning in on all of those platforms. And we'll be live same time here Tuesday at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST on 2 Cents with Benz. Thanks everyone.